Broncos in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers.
First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a carry for the former first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Now Gordon. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Now Jones.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can. And it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
And this one is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Archer. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 22. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
On 2nd down. Good. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Herbert on 3rd down now. got his man in stride, complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharpe, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
Herbert off of play action. Herbert has it knocked free.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And that is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. 5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple of things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones. That's out to the flat for Gordon. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
We're scoreless after 1. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Throwing, Jones. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on. and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They'll try again with Jones. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Jones will score. Touchdown, Chargers. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jones. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. From the gun, Jones.
He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Now Gordon on first down. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Jones on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked by Kenneth Murray.
One play at a time.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, He's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
They'll run on 1st down. Gordon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2 minutes to play. First half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Jones. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Operating from the gun. Jones. Touchdown. K.J. Hamler, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. McManus's point after is good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Pass midfield. The 30. 10. 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Chargers.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. He'll get that complete to Albert O. That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, Jones. That's complete, Okuegbunam. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back to throw. Jones. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by McManus is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Play action. It's Herbert. He's going to air one out. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there just before halftime. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, Herbert. A man over the middle, and it's complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Herbert. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked up by Eli Apple. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. A fairly short kick from the 14. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Charger drive about to get going. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Second down, another shot for Jones. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And the tight end is certainly in position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, it's Jones. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Jones now throwing after the interception. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And finally he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. A huge play there for Denver. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Running on first down, Eckler. Running right through him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll go again to Jones. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
To throw again on second down. Herbert flush to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Chargers on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. This from 44 yards away. Gonzalez's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me. This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. Man open, here is Jones. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched...